I've been away for 18 years. I consider myself a proud Falkland Islander. I have watched from afar the tourism industry here, and I just want the very best for the islands. There's a good energy here, and people want to progress and do more and diversify and all of that. So I've just been packing in those conversations and just honoured to be asked, to be remembered and asked to come and share some of what I've learned over the last 18 years. The Falklands has always had a focus in on marketing with the tourist board, and you know, there never has there been a time to be ramping that up even more. You know, I think relationships, human relationships with the cruise line industry, it's all about people, and the whole world is fighting for this business right now. So there's a lot of destinations who are out there talking about themselves, selling themselves, and asking the industry to come and spend their money and bring their people and spend time in their destinations. There's different types of cruise ship tourism. So, you know, here you can focus a lot more on the expedition side and look at regional reach of cruise ships, you know, so that they're not all just coming into Stanley and all that spend is in Stanley, you know, opening up more of the islands and making more, getting people to stay longer, to spend more, perhaps come back for a land-based holiday. You know, 40% of every cruise ship passenger in the world goes back to a destination that they visited on a cruise.
Our council members represent the 5 key maritime sectors, so we effectively get all of the industries together and work out what the sort of consensus is of the industry, and then work with that and with government to sort of nudge it along.
What do you think the Falklands government could be doing to better support growth in the maritime sector?
Well, of course, I'm going to say relax regulation. Firstly, form a task force with industry, work out what those common denominators are, almost form a plan. Falklands has everything that's needed, everything. But the government can't do it by themselves, neither can the industry. You have all the ingredients necessary to do something quite interesting. You know, do we look at building a new port? Do we look at ship servicing and maintenance? Do we look at offshore energy and the expertise linked to that? What does that look like? So, you know, the world is your oyster. We have an opportunity now, the first time post-war, where the industry is changing dramatically. And this isn't just a change in how ships are run or how ships are built. Looking at AI, we're looking at different skill sets, we're looking at an acknowledgement that actually without maritime, it's over. And you have an opportunity to be a world leader in that.
What barriers do you think that the Falklands face preventing growth within more advanced agricultural approaches?
I think the biggest one is obviously investment. I think in order to change a production system or introduce new technology or complement existing productive capacity with new products to sell or consume within the island will require some form of investment. And I think that's the key. I think the challenge that underneath that is to what extent the public and private partnership options available in order to stimulate that investment could take.
You mentioned food security quite a bit at the start of your presentation, and obviously it's quite a large challenge here where we import so much of our food. How important do you think it is for a country to be investing in sustainable ways to grow food within the country itself as opposed to importing so much?
So I think COVID has concentrated minds. I think supply chain issues with conflict in Eastern Europe and Ukraine has exacerbated that, and now governments are looking at their supply chains critically, and there is definitely a wish to be more food secure. I foresee a few opportunities. I think one of the opportunities might be in the area of controlled environment agriculture. So controlled environment agriculture can take many forms. It can be simply polytunnel cover, you know, to take the worst excesses of the environment out of the production. It can be anything up to a completely artificial environment, but be grown at a density and a productive capacity that way exceeds that of open fields. The only thing it requires is energy. But I feel that there are renewable energy resource opportunities to combine with that production methodology to perhaps look at greater food security on a 365-day basis.